Okay. Okay, so yeah, we're back. I'll go over this again while we're having the network issue. So let me just summarize everything I've done here. What I've done here is very, very simple, which is something that must always be at the back of your mind. They are just going to label a point. They'll just say a point. They can call it any letter. They can call it E. They can just give it 4,5. Now, what the first number means is the X, and the second one means the what? The Y. Okay? The first one means the X, and the second one means the what? The Y. Now, so when you know that, what are the questions they can now ask you? That you have to put the formulas in your head. The first question they can ask you is distance between 2 points. They can ask you what? To calculate distance between what? 2 points. Now, that means you have to be given 2 points. Let me call the first point A. I call the second point B. They are not the same point. Okay? The first point A, it will have its own X. It will also have its own what? Y. Am I making any sense? Its own X is X1. The other one, its own X, I'll call it what? X2. For A, Y1, Y the other one, for point B, Y2. So basically, point A has its own coordinates as X1, Y1. Point B has its own coordinates as what? X2, Y2. So the distance okay, let me write it here. The distance between the 2 points, okay, let me call that distance AB. Distance between A and B, the formula is giving us square root of what? Y2 minus Y1 all squared plus X2 minus X1 all what? All squared. That's the formula you have to have at the back of your mind. The formula for the distance between 2 points is giving us what? Square root of what? Y2 minus Y1 plus X2 minus X1 squared. Okay? Take the square root of whatever you have there. For instance, example 1. A question say, calculate the distance between the point 2, 3 and 4, 6. Calculate the distance between the point 2, 3 and 4, 6. So you have this will now be the solution. This is going to be the solution. You have 2, 3. The second point is what? 4, what? 6. So this is going to be your X1. This is going to be your what? Y1. Am I clear? The second one is going to be your what? X2. Y the 6 is going to be your what? Y2. So the distance between the 2 points is giving us square root of Y2 minus Y1. What is my Y2? My Y2 is what? 6 minus, what is my Y1? 3. Or what? Squared. Plus, what is my X2? 4. Abi? What is my X1? Look at it. Just take the values. What is my X2? 4. What is my X1? 2. Okay? So what do you now have? Plus, what is 6 minus 3? 3 squared. Plus, what is 4 minus 2? 2. 2 squared. So you now ask yourself, what is 3 squared? 9. What is 4 squared? What is 2 squared? 4. So what do you have there? Square root of what? 13. Square root of what? 13. That's the distance. That's the value for the distance between the 2 points, 2, 3 and 4, what? And 4, 6. So as simple as that. Okay? Very, very simple. You just need to know the formula at the back of your mind. That distance between 2 points is square root of Y2 minus Y1 plus X2 minus X1 squared. Square root of Y2 minus Y1 squared plus X2 minus X1 squared. Okay? Is that clear? So once they give you the 2 points, all you just need to do is the first point will be your x1, y1. The second point is going to be your what? X2, what? Y2. Okay? Is that clear? Now, that's question number 1 they're going to ask you for your exam. Question number 2 that you can be asked in your exam is, they can ask you, what is the midpoint? What is what? The midpoint between 2 points. What is the midpoint between 2 points? For instance, now, you have point A, x1, y1. You have point B, x2, y2. I want to now get midpoint. I want to get the midpoint. What is going to be the middle of this guy? The middle of this guy is going to be, the middle of this guy is going to be what? The midpoint of this of points A and the midpoint of point A and point B is going to be what? Output formula. The midpoint is x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over there. That is, add up x1 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 also divided by what? Divided by 2. Now, if I give you that same example, the same example I used here, what are the points? 2, 3. The second point is what? 4, 6. We now want to get the midpoint of that. What will now be the midpoint? The midpoint will now be what? x1 plus x2. What is my x1? 2. What is my x2? 4 divided by what? 2, comma, y1. What is my y1? 3, right? What is my y2? 6 divided by what? 2. So you now perform the mathematics. 2 plus 4, 6. 6 divided by 2, 3, comma, 3 plus 6, 9. 9 divided by 2, you can just say 9 over what? 2. That means that the midpoint of these 2 points, the middle is 3, 9 over what? 9 over 2. Am I making a sense? Am I making a sense, class? Am I making a sense? So how many have we looked at now? 2. We have looked at the first one, which is distance between 2 points. The second one we have looked at is midpoint. That middle. Midpoint means the middle. Midpoint means what? The middle. All you don't do is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by what? Divided by 2. Okay, let's now look at the third one. The third one, which is, the third one is what's it called? The third one, any question for me there? The third one is what we call gradient or slope of a line. Gradient or what? Slope of a line. That's the third one. Gradient or slope of a line. Now, come back to this thing that I gave you the idea when I started the talk. This is y, and this is, this is y and x. If I have a point, I have another point here, B, x2, y2. Okay? Now, this point A and point B has been joined with a line, a straight line for that matter. If I want to get the gradient or slope of that line, how do I do it? Now, the gradient or slope of a line, it has a simple formula. The gradient, otherwise called slope of a line, it has a simple formula, which is change in y over change in what? X. Which is what? Change in y over what? Change in x, which is equals to what? When we say change in y means y2 minus what? Y1 divided by what? X2 minus what? X1. So what's the formula for gradient? Y2 minus Y1 divided by what? X2 minus what? X1. So all you just need to do is just know what is your X1, what is your Y1, what is your X2, what is your Y2, and just apply it in the formula. Am I making a sense? Just know what your x1 is, what your y1 is, what your x2 is, and what your y2 is. Applied in the formula. We have looked at 3 now. What's the first one, class? Distance between 2 points. What's the second one? Midpoint of midpoint. That midpoint between 2 points. And what's the third one? Gradient. You just say gradient or slope. Exactly. When you just say gradient or what? Or slope. Okay. So I'll be solving questions now on these 3 that I've just highlighted. So I'm going with question number 1. You will see it on your screen now. Okay. So the very first question that you can see on your screen, I'll be solving that question. The question you can see on your screen, I'll be solving the question. Okay. Number 1, the very first question you have there. The question says the gradient of the line joining y, 4 and 1, 2. We are told that the gradient is equals to what? Is 4. The gradient of line joining y, 4 and 1, 2 is 4. We are now told to find the value of what? Y. Find the value of y. Very, very simple question here. So let's go. Now, what's the first thing I will do? The first thing is that I will write out the formula for my gradient. What's the formula for my gradient? Y2 minus Y1 divided by X2 minus what? Comma 2. Okay? So I didn't need to omit them. Omit them so somebody can tell me which one is my X1, which one is my Y1, which one is my Y2, which one is my X2. Somebody who can tell me?
X1 is Y.
What is my X1 is this thing that we are looking for.
Yes, is Y.
Am I making any sense?
Yes, sir.
Why? That's what we are looking for. My X2 is this guy. My Y1 is this is my X2, and this is my what? Y. Okay. X1, this is my 1, this is my X2, this is my Y2. All I just need to do is just putting each of these things in this place. So again, my gradient is equals to 4, which is equals to, oh yeah, apply this. What is my Y2? My Y2 is 2 minus, what is my Y1? 4 divided by, what is my X2? 1 minus, what is my X1? This X1 now, because it's an unknown, they now want to confuse you. They now put Y as the unknown. Don't go and think that this is Y and this is X. No. The first point is X. The second one is Y. Don't go and fall for that trap. They are just trying to set you up. They are trying to what? To set you up, to confuse you. And you go, this is Y. No. The rule is that the first point is X. The second one is Y. If they like, any letter they call this one, it's none of our business. Okay? So let's go. What do we now have? This now be 4 equals to, what is 2 minus 4? Minus 2 divided by 1 minus what? Y. Now, what now? The next thing I will do? What? Cross what? Cross multiply, because it's Y I'm looking for. Now be 4 times 1 minus Y equals to what? Plus 2. Am I making a sense? Am I making a sense? Okay. Am I making a sense there? So what will now be the next thing? The next thing I can do is to open the bracket, Abi now. So when I open the bracket, 4 times 1, 4 minus 4y, Abi now, equals to what? Minus 2. So what do you now have? minus 4y equals to minus 2. I can take this here. When I take this here, this will have what? Minus 4. So what do you have? Minus 4y equals to what? Minus 6, right? Abi now? Abi? So what do you have? Minus will cancel out minus. Y will now be equals to what? Y will now be equals to what? Y will now be equals to 6 divided by 4. What do you have here? 3. What do you have here? 2. So what do you have? 3 divided by 2. What's 3 divided by 2? 1 point what? 1.5. Is that clear? 1 point what? 1.5. Is that clear, class? Is that clear, class? Is that clear, class? Very
Yes,
simple
sir.
stuff. So the very next question. Okay. I have, you see it on the screen now. Yeah. The question that says, find the distance. Find the distance. Find the distance. Find the distance between points minus 4,5 another point B minus 3,2. The question is, what am I asked to find? Distance between 2 points. Class, do you still remember the formula for distance between 2 points? Yes. What is the formula? Square root of what? Y2 minus Y1 all square plus what? X2 minus X1 all what? Square. So what are the points you are giving? You are giving minus 5. Abi now, we are giving minus 3, what? 2. From what I've explained, this is your x1. This is your
Yeah.
y1. You now put back inside. The distance will not be what? 2 minus. Are you saying that your y2 is 2 minus what is your y1? 5. Everything square. Everything square. Okay? Plus, what is your x2? Your x2 is what? Minus 3 minus, what is your x1? Your x1 is what? Minus 4. Please be careful here. Be careful here. So what do you have? 2 minus 5 minus 3, or what? Square. Plus, let's go here. Minus 3 minus times minus plus 4. Am I making a sense? Am I making a sense, class? So what do you have? What is square root of minus 3? Minus 3 square, I say square root. What is the square of minus 3? Minus 3 square means minus 3 times minus 3. Minus times minus plus 3 times 3, 9. So this is 9. Plus minus 3 plus 4. Minus 3 plus 4 means 4 minus 3. With what? Minus 3 is what? 1. You say minus 3 plus 4 means 1. What is 1 square? 1. So what's the answer? Square root of what? Square root of what? 10. But in the option, okay, now let me just teach you one simple trick. In your exam, you might not see square root of 10. It is possible that they will express, although in this question, square root of 10 is the answer. There are some questions that square root of 10, let's assume you have square root of, let me use something like this, square root of 12. Let's assume we get square root of 12 as our answer. If you don't see square root of 12 in your answer, this square root of 12 can be broken down as square root of 4 times what? 3. Am I making a sense? Which is the same thing as saying square root of 4 times square root of what? 3. What is square root of 4? 2. This will now be 2 root what? 3. Am I making sense? I'm just trying to prepare your mind. That in case you come across, in the case of 10 now, we cannot break it further. We cannot say 4 times 2 is not 10. Okay? Am I making a sense? 4 times 2 is not 10. Okay? We cannot express 10 as a multiple of as a multiple of a number that has a square root. Okay? So that is that about that. Okay? The very next question. The very next question that you're going to see on your screen, which I would want you guys to solve this for me. You are solving this for me. You are solving this one for me. Okay? You are solving this one for me. You are solving this one for me. The gradient of the straight line joining the point, you have the point 5, comma minus 7, another point B, minus 2, comma minus 3. We are told to get gradient. Class, what is the formula for gradient? Y2 minus Y1 over what? X2 minus X1. Before, at the end of this class, make sure that all these formulas, if they become part and part of you, use it to sync. Gradient, Y2 minus Y1 divided by X2 minus X1. Distance between 2 points, square root of Y2 minus Y1 square plus X2 minus X1 square. Midpoint, Y1 plus Y. Now, for the case of that midpoint, please, always
Sir, please,
ensure
can
that
you come again?
I should come again
Can
on
you
which
please
one?
come again? Yes.
Which one do you
Between
want me to
that
come
distance
again?
between points. Distance between points. The formula. Please, can you come again?
Okay, you were not there when I started. You were not there when I started.
I did not
I've
get
given the
it.
formula.
No, I did not get it as well.
I did not. I've given the formula out. And I've solved question with it. This is the formula.
Okay.
Can you see the formula here? Square root
Yes, sir.
Y2 minus Y1 all square plus X2 minus S1 bracket all square. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Is that clear
sir.
now?
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now for this question that I'm coming back to, so we are told to get gradient. So all I just need to do is I need 4 people to unmute. Tell me what is my X1. Who is the first person that is going? What is my X1?
X1 is 5.
X1 is 5. Mute your back. Another person.
Sir?
What is my Y1? Another
Y1
person.
is
What is my Y1? My Y1.
minus 7.
Minus 7. What is my X2?
X2 is minus 2.
Minus 2, Abi.
Yes,
and
sir.
what is my Y2? Minus 3. Abi now. So I'll just put it here one by one. Minus 3. I'll be careful. Minus 3 minus. Look at it. Y2 minus 3 minus. What is my Y1? Minus 7. Please, this minus here, there's a minus here before the minus 7. Don't go and assume that, let me just minus 3, minus 7. No. There's a minus here before the minus 7. X2 minus 2 minus, what is my X1? 5. So we now go minus 3, minus times minus, plus 7. Are you seeing that? Divided by minus 2 minus 5. What is now minus 2 minus 5? Minus 7.
Minus 7.
What do you now have? Minus 3 plus 7. Minus 3 plus 7 is something that says 7 minus 3, which is what? 4 divided
4.
by what? Minus 7.
Minus
What will now be the
7.
answer? Minus 4 over what? 7.
7.
Exactly.
7.
I believe
Yes,
we have the option in the over there. So I will entertain question because I have just few more minutes. I have just 1 more minute. I will entertain question. The next class, if you have question, you can ask you. Next class, we will now be looking at equations of lines. We'll be looking at equation of a straight line. Okay? So, like I told you, these 3 things, go and master them very well. Formula, distance between two points. Okay? Now, if they want to wicked you, not necessarily wicked you, if they want to give you something, because it's simple, distance between 2 points is like this. Just apply the formula. Let me tell you where they can cause problem for you. And I want to take this as assignment. Sharply, I give you 2 points, A, x, 2, B, 4, 7. I now say that the distance between A and B